chicos. Hola chicos.
Bienvenidos a una nueva edición de Ruta 226.
Somos el Ministerio Infantil Ruta 226.
Hey guys, welcome back. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys have been staying warm, staying safe. I know this has been a really difficult week, but I hope you guys are all good. I hope everybody has their power back and their water back by now. I know at our house, we lost power, we lost water. I'm going through the same thing you guys are. I hope you guys like this video. I'm at home right now, but I hope you guys can still like it. I know I'm not a church video recording it, but I hope you guys like it. And well, I hope you guys have been staying safe, staying warm. And let's talk a little bit about last week, okay? So last week we had Eagle Kids. Miss Catherine was able to show us a pretty cool Eagle Kids. We talked about friendship. We played some games. We did some crafts. She gave her lesson. She did a pretty good job. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But if you guys didn't watch it, you can go back and watch it on our YouTube channel right now after you finish watching this lesson. It'll be called Friendship Eagle Kids, I think. I think that's what it's called, Friendship Eagle Kids. You can go back, watch it. You can do the cool crafts and games that you might have missed. But anyway, let's get on to this week's lesson. So I have a question for you guys. Do you guys know what this is? It's a ring, right? Have you guys ever seen a ring before? Do you guys know people that wear rings? Your parents probably wear rings, right? If you look closely, after this video, go look at their fingers. See if they're wearing wedding rings right now. And wedding rings, they're super special because they symbolize a promise. They symbolize a promise between your dad and your mom. Whenever they got married, they promised each other that they were going to stick together. They were going to love each other through the good or to the bad, no matter what. And the cool thing about the wedding ring is that it symbolizes that promise. But you don't need to get married in order to promise something. Have you guys ever promised anything before? Maybe you guys have promised your parents that you were going to clean your room. Oh, Mom, Dad, I promise I will clean my room after I finish this round in Fortnite. I'm sure some of you guys have made that promise before. Promises are really common. We do it all the time. We promise things all the time. But the cool thing about promises is that they're also in the Bible. And in the Bible, a promise is super important. They're so important that they're not even called promises. They're called covenants. And one of the most important covenants is found right at the beginning of the Bible, in the first book of Genesis. And do you guys know the story of Noah? Because the covenant or the promise is made with Noah. Just in case you don't know the story, let's review it. So, God had just finished creating the universe. You guys remember the 7 days of creation, right? He created the plants, the waters, the animals. He created humans. And well, these humans, they were living in the earth. They were living on the earth, sorry. And they were dwelling and everything. They were having a good time. But they were being bad. They were being bad. They were not following God's rules at all. And so God looked down and he saw what all of these humans were doing. So he decided that he had to restart. He had to restart the creation in order to get good people. So he went down to Noah and he told Noah, look, I am going to flood the entire earth. Nothing will be left. But I have chosen you to carry out my mission. He told Noah to build an ark. And in this ark, it was super specific. He gave the measurements and everything and how to build this ark. And then he told Noah, once you finish building this ark, you need to put 2 of every animal into the ark, a male and a female. So a male lion, a female lion, boy lion, girl lion, a boy dog, a girl dog, boy bird, boy panda, girl panda. You guys get it, right? And he told Noah to put all of those animals into the ark. And then he told Noah to go inside himself with his family. So it was Noah, it was 3 sons, his wife, and then his sons' wives. That's 8 people were in that ark with all those animals. And then once the ark was finished, God opened the doors to heaven and all the water came down. It started raining and pouring. It rained for 40 days and 40 nights. And on the 40th day, God remembered Noah. And so he stopped the rain. But at this point, it had been raining for so long that it had flooded, that the earth was so flooded that Noah and the ark were basically sailing on top of the mountains. Like, it was a lot. Like, remember whenever, I'm sure you guys have lived through a hurricane, right? Maybe Hurricane Harvey? And the water was all the way to the top of the freeways? And it had only rained for what, a few days? Imagine 40 days. I mean, the waters were so big, right? And then after the 40 days, the rain stopped. But they couldn't go out because they had to wait for the flooding to go down. So they waited even longer and longer. And then after a while, Noah sent a dove to check out what was happening. And then the dove came back with an olive branch in its beak. So Noah knew that there was dry land. So they waited 7 more days, and then God told them, okay, go out, you can go out of the ark now. And so Noah, his 3 sons, his wife, his sons' wives, and all the animals got out of the ark. And they all saw what had happened. Nothing was left. It was just dry land. But it wasn't over. God came down again, and he made a covenant with Noah. He made a promise that he would never flood the earth again, because Noah listened to God. Noah built the ark, and he took care of his family and all the animals. So God promised Noah that he would never flood the earth again. And as a sign of that promise, he gave Noah the rainbow. There was a huge rainbow in the sky. And then he told Noah, every time you see this rainbow, and every time I see this rainbow, I'm going to remember this promise, that I will never flood the earth again. And we see rainbows now too, right? Every time it rains, there's a rainbow. And we're even part of that promise. That every time we see that rainbow, we're also reminded that God will never flood the earth ever again. And I know it sounds a little bit crazy thinking about the whole earth being flooded, but think about it now. We've just gone through an entire week where most of you guys probably lost power, didn't have water. At least us in our house, we didn't have power or water. But we're reminded of God's promise. Even in this tough time, even in this tough week, God was with us. God is taking care of us. Because think about it this way. We're alive. So that's a good thing. That's a pretty good thing. Being alive is one reason to celebrate. We don't need power. We don't need water because we're alive. And God is with us and God is taking care of us. So let's say a quick prayer real quick. Dear God, thank you for the promises that you've made us. Thank you for all that you've given us. And please help us to keep our promises with you. In your name we pray. Amen. Alright guys, I hope you guys have liked this lesson. Now, I have a pretty cool science experiment planned out for you guys. So don't move, okay? Because it's about to happen. What's up guys? I'm no longer in my room. I am now in the Rodriguez kitchen. No, we are not going to be cooking. We are going to be doing a science experiment. But I hope you guys liked the lesson. And like I was talking about, promises, covenants, they're a really big deal in the Bible. But they're also a pretty big deal right now. Because right now, wait, do you guys know what season we're in the church? We just finished the season of Epiphany. But now, this past Wednesday was Miércoles de Ceniza, or Ash Wednesday. And it starts the season of Lent, or Cuaresma. And in this season, people usually make promises with God that they're going to give something up, or that they're going to start doing something. Some people make a promise that they're going to give up, chocolates, desserts, and for 40 days. And they don't get to eat chocolate or desserts until Easter. Some people make a promise to God that they're going to start reading the Bible. And in these 40 days, they do a devotional, which is like a Bible plan, where they read every single day until Easter. And the plan is that hopefully come Easter, it's been 40 days. So they continue reading the Bible. Or after the 40 days, they start eating healthier and they're not eating so many desserts. It's a way of fasting to God. It's a way of giving something up for God. Something to think about. But now let's get on with the experiment. So what you're going to need is filter paper, coffee paper, which you use to make coffee. If you don't have any of this, you could also use paper towels, but I think filter paper works best. You need a pencil. Doesn't have to be sharpened. Or a popsicle stick, something long like this. you'll need a marker, tape, scissors, and a glass with water. Okay? So, what we're going to do is something called chromatography. So, this is a black marker, right? But is it just black, or are there more colors in this black marker? That's what we're going to try to find out. So, first step is you're going to cut a long strip out of the filter paper, or paper towel, whatever it is you're using. So, you cut a long strip just like this. Just like this. It's going to be just like this. And what you're going to do is you are going to take your marker and you're going to draw a line across. Just like this. A nice bolded line. Just like that from the bottom. And then you're going to grab a small piece of tape and you're going to tape it to the pencil. Just like that. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to put it in the water, but don't put the whole paper in the water. See, if you look at mine, I have a little bit of water in the glass. And what you're going to do is you're going to put the paper into the water so that just the tip is covered. Okay? Don't make sure that the water isn't touching the black line. Okay? Alright, so we're going to put it in just like that. And you can fold it or roll the paper in case you need to. And it's going to look just like this. And see, what's going to happen is that the water is going to come up the filter paper. And then as it comes up, you're going to see the black color. You're going to see what happens to the black color. Now, I did a few of these before recording the video, and check it out. The first two are the colors red and blue, and the others are black. As you can see, the black marker is actually a mixture of a bunch of other colors. You can see a little bit of blue, a little bit of red, a little bit of brown. For the red and blue, those are primary colors. So the majority of it is just red and blue. But you can kind of see a little bit of darkness in there. It's pretty cool, isn't it? And today we talked about rainbows, right? That how God sent the rainbow as a covenant to Noah. Well, it's pretty cool seeing how black is actually a rainbow. How the darkest color is actually a rainbow. And it's a cool sign that even in the midst of darkness, you can always find a little bit of light and a little bit of color. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson, the experiment. I really hope you guys are staying safe, staying warm. And we'll see you guys later. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.